Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we're testing the new Epic Forged iron from Callaway, $2,500 worth of luxury golf club. Is it the one for you? You might remember at the beginning of the season I took delivery of a new set of forged irons, the Epic Forged Pro. A great iron, which I said at the time and still believe is probably one of the best golf clubs I've ever played. Not only does it give me that beautiful kind of buttery forged feeling and sound, it's also given me distance, which I haven't had for a number of years. The trouble with a forged iron though is it's difficult to actually play around with the weighting of the golf club. Because of a forging system, you can't really give the club as much forgiveness as you would like to, and therefore it's always been the domain of better players. But that's all changed now with the Epic Forged. Callaway have put all their know-how into a new golf club which professes in a premium sector, we must say, to give you that forged feeling and also the forgiveness. So how have they done it? Well, they're using the same kind of technology that they're using when they're building drivers. There's a 360 cup face which will give you that trampoline effect. They've got a tungsten weight in there, but the tungsten weight is suspended in small urethane spheres. And that way they can actually move the tungsten weight around depending on the club or the iron that you're playing at the time to give the most benefit from the weighting system. And all that in a really premium product. I've got an Aerotech shaft, a steel fiber 90 FC90, and if you know anything about shafts, you know this is not a cheap piece of equipment. And it's not a cheap set. We're looking at almost $2,400 for a set of irons. So it's got to be delivering. But if you're looking for a premium golf club which can deliver you the feel and the forgiveness, then this is maybe where you want to be looking. I've had them for a few days now, and I must say that the feeling with these golf clubs is quite incredible. Not because it feels any different from my own golf clubs, but exactly for that reason. It doesn't feel any different from my own golf clubs. Now I'm going to be swinging this a little easier than I would do normally and take some shots on Trackman so that you can have a look at what's actually going on. I'm swinging somewhere between kind of 77 and 80 miles an hour, which is an average kind of amateur speed. And with a Trackman optimizer, you can actually see where the impact is on the face and then what kind of launch parameters we're getting. And therefore, we'll be able to see the difference between kind of center hit balls and not center hit balls. Because obviously, that's where a forged iron is usually letting you down. Not only is the face a little smaller than usual, and you'll find that the Epic blade is also a little shorter than usual. You usually go a little bit of centimeter out of the golf club and you're starting to really lose a lot of distance and get a lot of changes in spin rates and in launch angles. Now that club, according to Trackman, was hit more or less out of the center of the golf club, a little bit low in the face, with 79 miles an hour of club head speed. And I'm still getting a good smash factor in there. I'm going to put these numbers up in the corner of the screen so that you can see them. Now that felt really very nice. But when I look in the Trackman, I'm actually out of center there, hitting it slightly in the heel by 7 millimeters, and I did not feel the difference. Now, if you're a better player, sometimes you want to feel the difference. For my small brain to actually know I'm where the center of the golf club is, it's got to get a feeling for where it isn't. But as an amateur golfer who's playing golf as a hobby, you simply are never going to get the center of the golf club consistently enough to actually make it worthwhile you playing with a normal forged set of golf clubs. And the Epic is giving you an alternative to that. Now I'm going to see if I can't catch one a bit out of the toe here. That really wasn't a great swing. I pushed it out to the right a little bit. Didn't get it out of the toe either. Got it right out of the middle of the glove. That was better. And that felt really toey. Wasn't massively, we're looking 7 millimeters out towards the toe on that club, but an optimal carry distance. I've carried that 146 meters with an 80 mile an hour club head speed hit out of the toe. Now there it's pushed off a little bit to the left, but I'm gone even further out with 14 millimeters out into the toe, and it's gone 139 meters. So we've had a loss 1.4 centimeters out into the toe, and we've had a loss of ball speed, but not a massive loss in distance. We're about 7 meters behind. I'm really going to go right to the end of the golf club if I can there. Again, 10 millimeters. My feeling for where the end of the golf club is, maybe my unconscious isn't allowing me to do this. 141 meter shot. So the ball speed is staying right up there. I've got 107 miles an hour of ball speed off a 79 mile an hour golf club. I'll give you the smash in the corner, work it out for you and put the smash in the corner of the screen. That really is quite impressive. Again, just gentle kind of 79 miles an hour, 11 meters off the toe here, 142 meters of carry. What you will notice if you're used to playing a forged golf club and you're thinking of going into something which is going to give you a little bit more forgiveness is you will lose spin. I've got 4,700 spin on a 7-iron where I would be expecting with the apex to be somewhere up around the 6,000. So you're losing at least 1,500 revs a minute, which means the ball is going to react differently when it's on the green. If you're playing into soft greens, you probably won't see any difference. But if you're on a links, you are. You're definitely going to see a little bit more roll on the green when it gets there. Now there, I've tried to hit a little out of the heel, caught it, 2 millimeters out of the heel, but closed the club face on it. 145 meters of carry, but I wouldn't expect too much difference there. Let's see if we can get it a little bit more shanky. That felt more like it. 14 millimeters in the heel there, around about height of the center of the golf club, 129 meters of carry. So that has cost me more distance, hitting it in the heel than hitting it in the toe. Seems that I haven't got quite as much forgiveness there. That felt so good. Wanted to get it heely. I'm 5 millimeters into the heel. 143 meters of carry. Six millimeters into the heel, 145 meters of carry. Let's get dangerous on it now. Oh, that was a socket. 18 millimeters into the heel, the ball's gone right. Six millimeters into the heel. It's not going to give me too much difference, I don't think there. Felt quite good, 146 meters of carry. Terrible golf shot. Hit it in the heel, but also hit the ground. Not too easy, this heel hitting. Okay, 12 millimeters into the heel, 138 meters of carry. Now, obviously I've got the club face a little closed on that one, but that is really showing me that across the face, I'm getting good ball speed. And if I can keep the club face square, which a lot of you guys will be doing, then I think you can probably expect to be hitting your off-center shots more on the same kind of distance as you're hitting your centered shots, and still keeping this lovely feeling of a forged iron. If I move it up a little and go into the 5-iron, the only negative that I've actually found with these golf clubs, and I don't know whether you'll be able to pick it up, is obviously we're not outside, we're in a covered area here, but there's a little bit of wind noise. Well, that's a 5-iron. Doesn't seem that Trackman picked it up, which is probably a good thing, because I haven't changed the club. There's just a little bit of wind noise in here. Obviously, that might be something that might put you off. I wasn't able to hear this outside. Now we've got 83.5 mile an hour club speed, so that's pretty good. You should be spinning around about 2 miles an hour per club. Spin's gone right down to 2,700, but we've got 160 meter carry, which is just over 80 miles an hour of club head speed. So this is really good numbers, and if you look at that, I've hit that slightly out of the toe as well. So we're getting good smash, we're getting good numbers on the thing, and like I say, this lovely feeling of a forged golf club. Now there, I'm 3 millimeters inside, 161 meters of carry with 83 miles an hour of ball speed. Right in the middle, 82.5 miles an hour, 156 meters. So you can see actually a little bit out of the heel or toe, and I actually had more ball speed than I had with that one. Mile an hour less club speed, but you know, with 117.7 miles an hour of ball speed, you're right up there in the smash factor. We'll have a quick go getting this off the toe and the heel. Oops. I think I've killed the guy picking up the balls there. Fortunately, he's in a covered carriage. 11 millimeters off the center there, 154 meters of carry, 117.6 of ball speed. Club face was closed there, so it's gone a little bit to the left, but it's on the green probably, or on the edge. Again, it's all about getting that number close to where it is in the center, so you're not losing distance when you hit it off the center of the golf club. And finally, we'll do one in the heel, if I can do that without socketing it. No, it's a socket. Oh, that was almost a socket. It's 9mm in the heel, 142 meters. So there I've got, again, a big loss of distance, but I've also a bit of loss of club head speed. I'm only doing it kind of at 80 miles an hour, so it's 2 miles an hour. That's slower there. Let's try and do a more kind of released one. It's probably not as far off the center as I wanted. 4mm, not telling us an awful lot. Not quite as consistent as a robot, as you can see. 83 miles of club head speed's not bad though. Oh, no. Another poor swing. Another poor shot. Lots of mat, 120 meters. A final try before you get bored. He socketed it. This is the only time I've actually tried to socket a golf ball, or at least hit it intentionally out of the heel. Now there, that felt a little bit heely. It's the first one that's really kind of vibrated in my fingers. Oh, and it was. So there we are, 25 millimeters out of the center. So how that didn't actually catch the hosel, I don't know. And I've still got it 136 meters and only 8 meters out of the center of the fairway or green. I think those results really speak for themselves. You know, I am sponsored by Callaway. I get free equipment from Callaway. They do not pay me to make these tests, but I obviously have a liking of the make and their ability to produce good golf clubs. So I am always relatively sure I'm going to be recommending golf clubs that I find good. The only thing which speaks, or the only two things that speak against this for me, are the price and this slight kind of wind noise that I'm getting when I'm inside. I don't think you get that as much when you're standing out on the range. But as I say, I want to be as honest about the review as possible. It's a great golf club. It feels like my Apex golf clubs. It flies even further than my Apex golf clubs. The only thing that I would say for a better player, if you want that feeling of mishits so that you can dial in the center of the golf club, you're not going to get it here. But that's the whole idea of giving this kind of forged feeling to an average player, an average striker of the golf ball, and at the same time giving them great distance and playability and forgiveness. Hope this helps you to make a buying decision. Definitely, if you get the opportunity, go out there and test them. They come in different shafts, so try that out. Check the length of the club. They are built half an inch longer than your usual standard, even the Callaway standard. Obviously, if you're going to get them fitted, you want to get them fitted for your body size. So don't necessarily take a stock golf club. Try them out before you buy them. Try them with different shafts. See which one actually fits you the best. And if Epic Pro's in your bag, you're most certainly not going to be playing any worse than you were, and you probably play a good sight better. See you next time. Bye-bye now.